because Alex is going to need to listen to write it at his leisure another time. Okay. First, plot your vertex. Your vertex is at 4. I need to make some tick marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so plot your vertex. 4, -2. Go right 4, down -2. 1, 2, 3, 4, -2. Okay. Label this V, so you know that's your vertex. It also gave you a what? A focus at 6, -2. Now, is the focus supposed to be inside your parabola based on your reading or outside of your parabola? Inside. So right now, do you know how this opens? To the right. Okay. So if you know how it opens to the right. If we know how it opens, then at least, bless you, we can get an equation in there. If it opens right or left, which one is square? Which variable? Is it the x being square or is it the y that's being square? Y. So here's the standard form when it opens to the right. Y minus quantity, close that, minus k quantity square. It opens right, so you're going to have 4 times a. That's positive because it opens right. And then x minus h. Where the vertex is always what, comma, what? What's the vertex? What variable, comma, what variable? If it's not at the origin, what would you do? It's always h, comma, k. Based on your reading, the vertex is all, h, comma, k. So, can I at least plug in h and k to find our equation? I can plug in h and k, but I also need to find a. What is an a value? How do I find a? Based on your reading, what is a? Distance, or a value. An a value, that's right. A is the distance from the vertex to the focus. Based on our plotting, can I count it? What's a? 2, okay? Now, a is the distance from the vertex to the focus. Now, a is also the distance from the vertex to what else? The directrix is right behind this. So the directrix is behind your vertex. The focus is in front of your vertex in this case. The vertex then in essence is smack center between the directrix and the focus. So if you know the directrix, you know the focus, you should be able to locate your vertex. Okay. So we know right away A has a distance of how much? 2. A equals 2. All right, let's plug it in so we can at least get our equation. Y minus k happens to be a -2, so can I just straight up write y plus 2 squared? Okay, equals 4 times a value is what? 2. And then h is what? What's h? 4, right? Because the vertex is h comma. Okay, so we're going to simplify this up. Quantity of y plus 2 squared equals 8 times x minus 4. We are going to box it up because it says, give me the equation. We got the equation. We'll check that off. It said to find the 2 points that define the lattice rectum. Okay, well, you just got done reading all of that. What's a lattice rectum? Or how do we find it? How do we find it? 4a. You're right, it's the distance, okay? Lattice rectum distance, lower length, it's always 4a. Well, if you look at the equation, where's 4a located? Do we know what 4a equals? 8. So your total length for the lattice rectum is just what? 8 units. You're right, okay? It's 8 units for this question. So total length is 8 units. What does that do for us? It's 8 units total. That means you're going to go up 4 units from the focus and 4 units down from the focus to make a total length of how many units? 8. Okay. So go up 4, go down 4. This will give you enough dots to make your opening right parabola. And it says find the 2 points that define the latus rectum. So we're going to label them right here. What's the first point on the top? What would you label this first latus rectum point? What is it? I think 6, right? 6, 2? Is that what you mean to say? Yeah, 6, 2. And then the bottom one is 6, what? -6. Okay. So if you see the pattern, isn't the x value the same as the focus x coordinate? Then all you do is you add 4 or -4 from the y coordinate. That's how we get the 2 latus rectum coordinates. It says graph the equation by hand. We did that, check. And label the directrix. Where do you think the directrix is located? In front of the vertex or behind? How many units behind? 2. A unit behind. So which we should already know. A is, and I'm using dash line, you don't have to. I think your book uses solid. This is your directrix. How do we write that line? X equals or y equals? X equal to what? 2. Okay. Said, okay, well, we label the directrix, which is x equals to 2. We also need to label the axis of symmetry. Where is the axis of symmetry? Y equals to -2. Y equals to -2. I'm going to shorten this up by writing AOS. Labeling, don't forget to give me a Y, -2. We did the axis of symmetry, and then we need to, latus rectum length, we checked that. We label the points of the latus rectum. Yep, we did everything. So that's what we do with parabolas. So you're going to need to tell me the length of your latus rectum. You need to identify the coordinates of the latus rectum. And guys, the latus rectum always runs through which one? Focus or vertex? Focus. Okay. All right, let's write down all of the equations for the parabolas, and then we're going to continue the bottom. So let's write the description when it opens right first, because we just got done with that example. Open to the right. If it opens to the right, we wrote down the equation just a minute ago. It's y minus k quantity that square equal to positive 4a times the quantity of x minus h. Okay. The vertex is always going to be h comma k. And the vertex class for all format will always be h comma k for your parabola. It doesn't matter how it opens. Okay. Now visualize it. Don't try to memorize these. We're putting it together on one page so you have a place where you can go to, but visualize it. So we just got done with this example. We said it opens to the right. The directrix, is it behind it or in front of it? Behind it. So how do we write that equation? Was it x equals or y equals? Y equals, right? And then how do we write that?
Negative a.
Not just negative a, but you're close. You're going to subtract the a from which coordinate? The x coordinate or the y coordinate?
The x coordinate h.
You guys agree? So would you agree that the directrix would be y equals h take away what? A. Okay. So h take away a. So x equals h take away a. Now the focus, would you agree the focus was in front of it? Would you agree the y coordinate of the focus was exactly the same? So how do we change the x coordinate of the focus? Add the a value. So we're going to do, okay, well, h plus a comma k, because the y coordinate was exactly the same.
So we have a line for the directrix, but a point is in focus.
Correct. Okay, it's a dot. Okay. So we knew it opens right. We just got done that. Now, how about the axis of symmetry? Was it parallel to the x-axis or parallel to the y-axis? X-axis. When it opens right and left, your AOS, axis of symmetry, parallels to x-axis. So these are the key things that we need to know. The only difference when it opens left, class, opens left, the AOS, axis of symmetry, is still going to be parallel to x-axis. The only difference in the equation is, guess what?
Plus. Or plus.
In the equation, what's negative? The h to the k, the y, the x. What's negative? Not the h, but the negative 4a. Okay. That tells you opens up or down or left and right. Now, imagine this. Again, don't try to memorize. Imagine. Now it opens to the left. Where's the directrix?
The right.
Yeah. So what are you changing? The x coordinate or the y coordinate? X. Are you adding a or are you subtracting a? You're right. Okay. So that means the focus is on the left side of the vertex. So you're going to take the h minus a comma k. Can you visualize this now? Okay. All right. Opening up and down is what you guys have been studying since Algebra 1. So this is not any different. So now we're going to do opens up. That means your AOS is parallel to the y-axis. Okay. Your formula, which one's being square? Y is being square or x is being square?
X.
Yep. So it's going to be x minus h quantity squared equals positive 4a times the quantity y minus k. Okay. Okay, so now let's imagine this. It opens up. What's the directrix? Downward. So is it x equals or y equals? Y equals. Y equals, you mean k? K, you're right. Y equals k minus a. Okay. That means the focus, you're going to get k plus a. And similarly to opening down. If it opens down, again, the only difference in the equation is a negative what? Okay, so x minus h quantity squared equals negative 4a times the quantity of y minus k. All right, now it opens downward. Directrix, y equals what? K plus, yep. Okay, and then h comma k minus a for your focus. Again, this is not supposed to be memorized. It's just supposed to be in one location, so you have a quick guideline. Just visualize what's given to you, right? All right, let's do B and C. If you can get one B and C done today, we are good, I think. And then your video notes should be the rest. Example 2, same set of instructions earlier, okay? I'm sorry, example 1B. You're supposed to give me an equation. So how would you execute 1B? Where would you start?
You can find A by finding the distance between the directrix and the focus. And dividing it by 2.
You're right. Okay. The A value is the distance from the vertex to the focus or the vertex to the directrix. They didn't give you the vertex, but they give you the two other endpoints. So find the distance divided by 2. Or right now, we can plot it out and then can we count? Yes, let's do that. I need to make tick marks. So the focus is -1 up to, -1 up to, label it F. The directrix is x equal to +3. So we're going to write directrix x equals to 3. What's the total length from the focus to the directrix? 4. That means the A value has to be 2. Yep. A equals 2. Can I immediately plot the focus? The vertex. Yep. What is the order pair of the vertex so we can get the H and the K? 1, comma 2. Beautiful. We know how it opens yet or no? Up, down, left, or right? Left. If you know how it opens, then you can start with the equation. Y minus K quantity square equals positive or negative 4A? Negative 4A times X minus H. Can we plug in A, H, and K? Y minus 2 quantity square equals negative 4 times A for this question is 2. H for this question is 1. So our equation is negative 8 times the quantity of X minus 1, and then close that up. We just need to find everything else. Can we find the total length of the lattice rectum? Length over lattice rectum. How many units? 8 units. What do we do with that information? Go up 4 from vertex to focus. Focus. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then at least we can check off graphing by hand portion. Can I locate the coordinates of our lattice rectum? Yep. Let's label this up here. What's that point above? Negative 1, comma what? 6. And then down the bottom is negative 1, comma negative 2. So those are the coordinates of your lattice rectum. It also wanted us to identify the axis of symmetry. What is the equation of the axis of symmetry? Yep. AOS y equals to 2. Anything else we're missing? We got the equation, we got the length of the lattice rectum, we labeled the directrix, we labeled the axis of symmetry, we labeled the 2 order pairs. We're good. Bless you. Okay, in teams, why don't you try C? How far can you go in team on C? We'll put a 2 minute to see what we can accomplish on C. Two-minute head start. Talk it out, guys. Alex, talk it out your team. I know you can't write as fast, but still verbalize. How would you have to execute this? When in doubt, what? Plot it out, yeah. When in doubt, plot it out. They gave you a vertex at 0, 0. We love that because we love the origin. It says your axis of symmetry is the what? Is the x-axis. Guys, is this point your focus? Is this point your lattice rectum? You do not know that, right? So, you cannot assume it's your lattice rectum. So make sure you, what do you need to find? A, you gotta find your A. Is A value 2 units?
No.
No, it's not 2 units. You may not assume. You gotta put, you have to do some algebra. That's your hints right there. So far, so good. Chris, keep on going. You need another minute?
As far as okay. No, you can't assume because, like, well, you know what your action is right? I just don't know what my A is. You don't need the function to make
You know what your point is?
No.
Because if it contains this. Oh wait.
You know which way it opens.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you know which way.
You know which way it's open.
So you don't need it to like make the equation. Right? It reflects over the here. It reflects over the x-axis directly, so you know there's another thing on the other side.
Yes.
But that's all. Of course, I got. So I got 3 dots and an equation for 3 variables.
Would you guys agree that you could at least graph it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. It is definitely symmetrical. Okay. At least we can graph it out.
The focus is supposed to be in the same. Oh, so it should be x value comma 0. Right?
So far so good. Now find that x value.
I'm so
At least we know it opens right. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
What's the formula when it opens right? What's the equation?
Y minus K squared.
Yep.
equals 4a times x minus
That's right. But what is your h and k? They're both 0. So would you agree them back down to this little guy?
Yeah.
Do I have enough information to find A? Yes, I do. What information are you thinking about? You're right. They gave you a point for a reason. Because you have one equation. They got so many variables. You got to solve it. They gave you a point. Y is 3, so 3 squared. 4 times A, x was given to you as 2. So this is 9 equals 8A. A comes out to be 9 divided by 8, right? Yep. Okay, so that means, would you agree I'm just going to go 9/8, which is slightly over 1 unit. Just eyeball that. I'm not going to hold you liable for where that is. That means I can go a negative, right? So the focus order pair is 9/8 comma 0. True or false?
True.
The directrix is where? Negative. You're right. X or Y equals? Yep. X equals. Remember, I asked you to label all of this. So directrix. X equals negative 9/8. We need to find your lattice rectum length. Length of lattice rectum. How do we find it? It's 4A. Do we know exactly what 4 times A is? Okay, so 4 times A happens to be 9/8. Okay, so can I reduce that down to 2? So 9/2. Okay, so it's going to be 9/2 is the total length. Now, can I find the order pair of the 2 lattice rectum? Because it did ask for those. What's the top lattice rectum order pair? 9/8, comma 2.25. Would you guys agree with that statement? Because remember, lattice rectum, the total length is 9 divided by 2, which is 4.5. Yes or no? What's half of 4.5? 2 1/4. So you can write 2 1/4. Okay. So your total length is 4.5, and I need to do half of that to get my first top order pair, and then the bottom half. So technically, you can write this as 9/8, comma 2 1/4, if you like mixed number. Yes, I will accept either. Would that be okay? Or you can write 9 divided by 4. That's totally okay too. On the bottom, I'm going to use the same x coordinate of the focus, 9/8, but I'm not going to write a positive 2 1/4. I'm going to write what? Negative 2 1/4, or negative 9/4. Did we answer all the parts that they wanted us to answer? We graphed it by hand. We have the, did we write the equation back?
No.
I don't think we wrote the equation back, huh? We got so excited. So let's write the equation. Y squared equals 4a was total 9 divided by 2? 9 over 2, and then x. That's our equation. Okay, I'm gonna hold it right here so you can ask questions. Anything you want to know? That's it for today.